Hello, YouTube. Let's make sure that the lighting is okay here. Let's doing a little quick update on my little Passport Bros adventure. Uh, I just noticed that I'm now banned on another Facebook group. This one was literally called Passport Brothers, or Passport Bros, I should say. Um, this was headed by Aaron Farris, who goes by BMT Travels on YouTube. Which was interesting is that, well, I got up today and found out I noticed my Facebook's kind of quiet. Saying I'm not seeing as much busyness on there, and I noticed I was banned on one of the again, the Passport Bros Facebook group, and I also was taken off another investing group, which was sort of a spin-off of that Passport Bros group. Just heard my laundry go off. Two of the things that I believe led to it. Well, for one thing, Aaron Farris is kind of in that little clique with Austin Holloman, who has the Enlightened Western Men group on Facebook. So it's not that surprising. And no, they're not that enlightened, obviously. What I've noticed, two things that led up to that ban. One of the things is I agreed with another individual who looked like he was also banned because we were questioning the why there should be consulting for those that either travel for short periods of time or moving there. I mean, the idea of traveling is to explore, and we all are capable as grown men to look online and seek out questions, or we can just ask those questions in these Facebook groups. But Aaron Farris, who I guess is probably one of those that's making a buck from those consultations, quote unquote, where they ask people to pay money for people that grown men that have no idea how to use online, the resources online, or have just what do I do in life and all that. Although I did mention, I said consultations in terms of mental health, and having somebody to talk with. I can understand the consultation, but as far as I know, these Passport Bros don't. They're not. For one thing, they're not equipped for that based on the groups and people that I've come across with. And yeah, I don't think there's any of them in these groups here. There's a term communita, and these guys seem to be more on the communita kind of things. The people that are trying not to say the word ghetto, but you get my meaning. Anyway, yeah, I was agreeing with somebody in terms of this consultation. Ferris probably got perturbed because it looks like he already banned that other person, and he eventually banned me. Something between yesterday and today. Another thing that probably led up to this banning was that I was getting into an argument with another person who claimed that China was this amazing place, and I was like, well, I mean, we got the social credit stuff going on, and we also have the Uyghur Muslims who, are kind of human rights violations with the way they're being treated in the country. They didn't like that either. It's so weird how these guys, they're thinking. We're talking about mental illness. I mean, in Oster Holloman's Enlightened Western Men, they really hated talking about Asia. They really wanted you to talk about heavyset women from Latin America, specifically Dominican Republic, Brazil, and Colombia. Here, you have to have a certain limited mindset. It's like what we're seeing in not to go too far off, but it's just a seeing whatever our society, whatever is wrong is right, and the more limited thinking you have, where we're following sheep, you're a sheeple, part of the sheeple, is kind of champion. Anyway, having my notes here, so I want to be rambling on. Okay, so yeah, there was the idea, which I mentioned in my other videos, whereas some believe, or at least they're trying to put out, that passport bros, or particularly the individuals who are Black and male that are going overseas, or we're all in unison, we all agree on everything, we're this amazing brotherhood. Obviously, that's not true. As I mentioned, yeah, Austin Holloman and Aaron Farris are in that same little clique. I noticed, as I mentioned before, was banned out of this investing Facebook group. I believe his name is Cardell Weasley. No, see, I went over this. Cardell Beasley. I want to say Weasley, but for some reason, I could be wrong. His name could be misremembering, but I believe it's Cardell Beasley. I think he's one of the admins on Aaron Farris's Passport Bros Facebook, and he was really trying to push people in the group to invest. I think it was starting like 1,000, and I was considering it too. And what's bad is that if these guys have so thin skin, and you're giving money of that amount, and let's say even more than 1,000, and these guys want to, just ban you off, I mean, that's some questionable stuff. And I'm like, so, I'm like, who would I would like to consult. Who would I talk to there? Especially if, yeah. And I believe Cardell Beasley is in Latin America. He's an Black American man living in Latin America, but he's usually asking for money here and there. And the thing is too, just judging by what's been going on, I was doing a lot of questioning. Just noticing my time, about 7 minutes. Yeah. I've noticed too that there's a lot of shaming language from these guys. In addition to just needing to grow up. I know Austin Holloman's like in his early 20s, so he still has a lot of growing up to do. Hopefully he grows up. He claims to make 6 figures, but he still asks for money online. But getting back, there's a lot of shaming language, which I understand is, well, the shaming language is, if I don't agree with you, you're giving off female energy, so I'm just going to ban you, or I'm going to shut you off, which is interesting too. It's like, we always talk about masculine energy and female energy. Well, I mean, we're grown people. Let's have a conversation. The idea of these groups is to, of course, we do it where we're not at each other's throats, but have it, even if we disagree, you can come to an understanding. And it's like, granted, we're online, everybody's gonna come at them, in some ways, but you at least try to get to a point to where you understand, even if it is a difference of opinions. But it's not always the case, because you got some weirdos online. Came across them, especially with these last 2 groups. I come across them in my fan group, so yeah. And another thing about the shaming language of, oh, if I don't like you, you're giving off feminine energy. I'm going to shut you off. A lot of these supposed masculine men are hiding behind their keyboards. They're hiding behind these Facebook groups. They're hiding behind these Discord groups, and they seem to always go back. But yet these are masculine men, but they always seem to be doing stuff from from the behind the scenes. It's interesting. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna throw that. Well, I already mentioned that, you know, in this video and the other one that yeah, I mean, technically we all have masculine energy and we all have feminine energy. I mean, yeah. But it's just interesting as much as these guys talk about, you know, whatever energies there are, they come across as thin-skinned kids. Yeah, even though some of them are in their 30s, 40s, maybe, you know, older. But it's about 10 minutes right now. So, yeah, it's just interesting. I don't think I'm going to cross these folks because, yeah, this is the riffraff I actually try to stay away from even here in the States. got enough weirdos I come across in my life. But hey, have a good evening.